Welcome to our new series, The 200 Movie Challenge. Our goal this year is to watch 200 movies that we haven't seen yet. If you want to listen to the full podcast where this clip is from, the link will be in the description. Now enjoy today's movie.
Your first movie, which I saw start, I didn't even realize you starred in this, and now I'm like, you've seen a few movies from him. I think that, or maybe at least one other. I could be wrong, maybe two. I don't know where you're at with him, but anyhow, what was the first movie you saw this week, Soto?
Are you talking about Robert Zemeckis, or are you talking about like the director? Or are you talking about Tom Hanks,
Tom
Robin
Hanks.
Wright?
I'm talking about Tom Hanks.
Oh yeah. Oh, this year, yeah, it's been a Tom Hanks year, 100%. So you and I, uh, obviously very familiar with Robert Zemeckis' work.
Yep.
We have watched a lot of Back to the Future.
Yep.
I have watched, I'm sure you have as well, Forrest Gump many times. So this is Robert Zemeckis' kind of new, well, this is his newest film, and it stars, Jenny and Forrest from Forrest Gump, Tom Hanks and Robin Wright, and it's interesting. The movie is called Here, okay, and I want you to understand that it's the very definition of that word, because literally this movie takes place in one shot, except for the end.
Whoa. Okay. Interesting.
Okay. It takes place in one shot in one house. Okay. The entirety of that house being alive. Like, it takes place in that one shot. So it's like a shot of like a window, and it's like, kind of off to the side, but life happens in this house. But it doesn't just happen in the house. Okay. It happens in that space since the beginning of the creation of the earth. So like where you're at right now,
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay.
where you're at right now, what did it look like a billion years ago? Right? Where you currently are standing.
A speck of
Or
dirt.
sitting.
Maybe.
There were dinosaurs kicking around, all that stuff. And it goes through all of that. It literally examines the entire history of a place. The people that lived that people that walked it over that land, the house that was built on that land, the house across the street, everything that happened in that place gets examined. It's done as interesting as it could be done, right? Because you're thinking about the concept and you're like, okay, well, how do you keep that fresh? It's done in a very interesting way. Lots of like in shot boxes, kind of showing different times of when quote unquote here was happening, and it does like a really good job through editing of showing the future versus what's going on, versus what happened with like two indigenous people who were there, like who just happened to be on that plot of land and what that looked like, including like Benjamin Franklin. A bunch of shit happened on this land, but it goes through there, but mainly it keeps coming back to the emotional core of Tom Hanks and Robin Wright's relationship in the context of the entire time frame of the universe. So it just goes in and talks. It just shows little scenes, and it shows scenes of life all the way until they're old people and back and forth, younger, and it goes through just all the life things that happen in this place to all these different families, and it's done in a very great. I thought in a very good way, but the only issue is that I thought it was a little bit heavy-handed because this is like obviously a very emotional type movie, and so you kind of see the end before you see like any of the middle stuff. So that's kind of like how the structure is. Mm-hmm. But I thought it was interesting for what it was. Again, I thought it was kind of. Look, I'm not going to say cringe because that's like the bad word for it, but it's like a little bit overly emotional. I get it, right? But I knew what they were going for. It's like I knew they were trying to pull on the heartstrings. Sarah was a mess. That's fine. This really resonated with her, especially since it has underlying tones of dementia. And if you've had, dementia in your life and you've struggled with, or somebody that has struggled with it, like that can be that's a real crazy thing. And but again, thought it was well done. It's better than I thought it was going to be. I don't know if I'll ever watch it again. I liked how the ending happened too. It kind of brought everything together. if you can imagine that. But yeah, it was a decent little movie. Again, I don't think Robert Zemeckis is ever going to come reach the heights of Back to the Future or Forrest Gump, but I thought this was an okay movie. It's definitely a tearjerker. So if you don't like movies that kind of like tug on those emotional heartstrings, like this might not be for you. But overall, it was a somewhat pleasurable experience.
Yeah, and I only knew the actors because I was just literally earlier today was collecting like the pictures and thumbnails, blah blah blah, getting them ready just so I don't have to worry about it later. And then I'm like, oh, this has Tom
Yep.
Hanks. So I was like,
Yes,
oh, okay.
and Jenny.
I didn't even know that. I wasn't fully paying attention because I don't fully look into the films you do sometimes, but I kind of get things ready. But yeah, I was like, oh, Tom Hanks, because again, we've talked about it a few times. Like, I love Tom Hanks, you love Tom Hanks, so. But yeah, Robert Zemeckis. I mean, I could be just the way movies are nowadays. It's hard to make those kind of, I guess, blockbusters like he used to. But yeah, no, he definitely can make good films. But it's just weird. Now, I kind of, part of me wants to see this now, just because you caught me with just the weird thing that it just stays in one place from the beginning to time,
Yes.
and I'm just like, all right, I don't know if I can watch this whole movie. I like, but I kind of just, I'm curious. I am curious. So.
But that was interesting because I all of a sudden I didn't know why I was looking at dinosaurs, but then I was like, oh, here. It literally is like, this is what this place has looked like since the beginning of time. We're gonna go through it. I'm like, okay, all right, like, and you see like the whole like meteor hitting the Earth from the perspective of the house, and then like the way that we go through the ice age and everything. I mean, literally, all that shit was going on.
But really, the question that we keep asking ourselves as you hit, I think
No.
your 93rd movie, is that where we're at now?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
where are you putting here?
Oh, man, this one is a tough one. Because I kind of have a zone. Yeah, no, I definitely have a zone of where this would probably land as far as because I have to understand too. Like, will I ever see this again? I don't know. It was a cool concept. I give him kudos for that. Um, but I would have to say right now I would probably put it at 49.
All right, a little bit down. So right under companion and above the founder. Is that where we're?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where here feels
It's
right.
right here, right there.
Because it's right in the middle, It's here. It's right here. It's a middle of the road movie for me. Again, I appreciate it. I always appreciate Tom Hanks. I appreciated what Robert Zemeckis was trying to do. It was cute and it did work. Again, I just found some of the emotional stuff a little bit heavy-handed, but that's my personal taste.
Okay.